Guys, please confirm to me. All of you read my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you read my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Is my voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Right. All right, sir. Right. In the last session, what we completed there, if you understand it, right. We completed client server architecture. Totally, we completed client server architecture. In a client server architecture, the total awareness we are getting: what is client, what is the responsibilities of the client in web applications, what is protocol, and what is the responsibilities of the protocol, and what is server, what is its responsibilities in web applications. All the points we understood. Now we are going to understand. Now we are going to understand steps to prepare first web application. There is the next topic. It's almost all. The second unit, introduction part is completed here. Now this is a second unit in a servlets. Steps to prepare first web application, in the sense servlet application only. Steps to prepare first servlet application only. We are discussing clearly. All right, sir. Observe clearly. First of all, I want to show one by one, all the steps. No. Again, I'm telling there, those who are first time listening these servlets, those who are first time understanding these web applications, these steps are very, very important. Whatever the conventions I'm following inside the class, as it is, try to follow the conventions. Don't go for any different. Why? Because in the settings point of view, some problems will come there. But if you follow my conventions, then it will be good for you for your practice. So altogether, finally, we are doing practice only. We have to complete practice only, right? So try to follow these conventions. I'm able to give the standard approaches to do all these points now. Okay, fine. First one is, after completion of this, install Tomcat server. Download and install Tomcat server. Download and install the server software. Even not like a Tomcat, no, just I want to say like what there, server software. Okay. Download and install server software. Inside the bracket here, what I am telling there, Tomcat. At a very startup mode, we are going to use what there, Tomcat. Understand all of you what I am telling to you. All right, so this is one thing. Next one is, after this, after preparing, after installation of the server software, installation of the server software, create web application. Create web application folder structure. Create web application folder structure. Instead of saying this folder structure, we can understand directory structure. Web application directory structure. Web application directory structure. After preparing this web application directory structure, next one is prepare deployment descriptor. Prepare what there? Deployment descriptor. All right. What is the deployment descriptor? We will understand. Next one is after that, prepare the web resources. Prepare the web resources. After preparing the web resources, next one is start server and deploy web application. Start server and deploy web application. Next one is access the web application. Access the web application. These are overall steps what we are getting clearly. All of you getting my points or not? What are the various points here we are understanding there? First one is what there? Download and install Java software. Next one is after this, create web application directory structure. Prepare deployment descriptor. Prepare the web resources. Start server and deploy web application. Access the web application. Right, sir? Now these are the various steps what we are getting clearly now. Now our job is what there? We have to complete each and every step. One after another, everything here we have to complete. Right, sir? Just 1 minute. Okay. Right, sir. It will open internally. No problem. One by one, all the steps here we have to complete. See this one. First of all, we have to come for download and install server software. The very first one here we have to understand download and install server software. All right, sir. Before install server software, make sure the below softwares, not like this, not below softwares, no. Make sure Java software is available or not, in our computer, in our system. So what is a dependency? If we want to install any server software, we must have Java software in our system. Without having Java software, we are unable to run our server, we are unable to install our server. Simple example, simple point I'm telling to you. When I'm when I'm trying to install Tomcat server, in the installation process itself, Tomcat server is searching for JRE and it is taking JRE directly from my computer. Or if you get my point or not? To install Tomcat server, it is searching internally JRE. It is directly taking that JRE directly from what there? From our computer. So because of that reason, what is required here now? Definitely we require what there? Java software. That is mandatory. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Just let me go for one more setup now in my system here. Yeah, before that, I want to confirm which Tomcat I'm going to use. I'm using Eclipse ID, the very latest version. 2023-06 version I'm using there. Okay, let me check what servers it has given support to me. What server support is available inside this? I want to check for it. If you want to check for the servers part here, let me go with the preferences. No. Right, sir. Now here we are having like what the servers, not like this. I think so. 1 minute. Yeah, let me prepare this one new. Others dynamic web project I want to create. Web Java EE, no. Web, where is that web? Here. Dynamic web project that I want to create. If I create this, there it is asking about the target runtime, dynamic web model version 4.0. It's okay. Even 6.1 up to that, it is a solid version. target runtimes. Let me check it. What versions are possible for us? Now, just I want to check Tomcat, which version is possible with Eclipse as of now. Right, sir. What version is possible here up to now? The latest version of the Tomcat is using what version of, sorry, latest version of the Eclipse is using what version of the Tomcat? No, Tomcat 10.1, but actually Tomcat 11 is there. Tomcat 11 is already available, but if I install Tomcat 11, when I open this Eclipse IDE, when I'm going to use Tomcat in Eclipse IDE, it is supporting up to Tomcat 10.1 only, not supporting what there Tomcat 11. The problem or not? That's why I'm checking it. What Tomcat version it is supporting at present in the Eclipse IDE. As per that, I'm going to download. Actually, I'm ready to download my Tomcat version, but which Tomcat version I'm going to download there? That which Tomcat version is supported by Eclipse IDE? The Tomcat version I want to download. Now I'm checking which Tomcat version is supported by Eclipse IDE. Of course, this Eclipse IDE is the latest version. Might be 2023-06 version only. So it is supporting up to what there Tomcat 10.1. So because of that reason, I want to download this one only. All right, sir. Any other versions are available here? Red Hat JBoss middleware. Okay, now if I execute this, then it able to reveal the version there. It's okay. Oracle. Then directly it is giving support for what there? JBoss. That means that Wildfly server also be supporting there. Oracle WebLogic server it has to support Glassfish and Oracle WebLogic servers. These are the tools, adapter tools. Now, if we execute them, adapter tools are going to be installed. Then after that only they are giving that versions related information. As of now, it's not required for us. In the future, when I'm going to work with the WebLogic, when I'm going to work with Glassfish, definitely I'm going to show all these servers inside our classes now. For application by application, I'm going to show the points now. But first of all, at present, to start our applications now, I have to go with what there Tomcat version there. What is the Tomcat version here? I have to use there Tomcat 10.1. Okay, close it. Not required now. My required information I got it. Just close this one. Right, son. If you want to download Tomcat from internet, now here what we have to do there. So just Google it. As I said to you number of times, no need to remember any website name. Just Google it. Always we have to Google the required softwares. Now I required what there? Tomcat download. Tomcat download. Just we can type it. Tomcat download. Tomcat.apache.org is a website is available officially. In the results, first one or two results we are able to get it. What version here we want to get? This is Apache Tomcat 9 software development. Here itself we are getting Apache Tomcat 10 version is available. Whatever it may be. Now first of all now here I want to open it. We can open any Tomcat, any related thing. There we can select the versions here. Now it is downloaded. Now observe carefully what versions of the Tomcat is available. Check this left side now. Tomcat 8 onwards, 8, 9, 10, 11 alpha version, but not like stable version there. But 10 is what there stable version we are getting, but still it is what there alpha version. Even that alpha versions also we can use. If you want to go for normal execution, then we can use that 11 also, no problem. Now I want to download what there Tomcat 10 now. In a Tomcat 10 now, what is the latest versions are now? Tell me. In a Tomcat 10, what is the latest version here now? 10.1.11. That is the latest version here. So we can download this one. Whether we can download this or maybe 10.0. If you want to download, we can download. Either 10.0 or 10.1. Any lower version also we can download. But my suggestion, there is a logic here. Why I'm telling this point now, there is a meaning. I will reveal that point later on. But better to download Tomcat 10.0 or 10.1, no problem. But what we downloaded, what we are installing, that please remember that. There is a lot of difference between 10.0 and 10.1 also. Both are not same. Because of that reason, they given separately 10.0 and 10.1. If both are same, they used to specify only 10.x, that's it. But 10.0 and 10.1 separately they are given in the sense, features wise, so many differences are available. So now in my system, I want to download 10.1.11 version of the Tomcat. Okay, fine. See, downloading in the sense, here we have a link. What is this link, sir? Now tell me. 32-bit, 64-bit Windows Service Installer. To all of you, I'm telling one point here. Observe carefully. See, directly we can get a zip file. Instead of installer, directly we are able to download what their installed folders, like what their distribution. Directly we are able to get a zip file. If you download that zip file, if you extract it, directly Tomcat folder will come. That's the installed one only. That we can keep directly in the class C drive. Directly we can use the Tomcat. No need to install separately. In which way we are getting Eclipse IDE? I think you already got that Eclipse IDE. Just zip file only we are getting. You extracted it. Installed folders we are getting. That folder we can keep inside the C drive. That we can do. But that is not working in always in all the remaining cases. In the future, maybe if you want to integrate my Tomcat with Eclipse IDE, where it is asking about the installed folders only, not asking about what there other content here now, like this distribution there now. So because of that reason, my advice to all of you is what there 32-bit 64-bit Windows Service Installer, download this. If we download this, that we have to install. Officially we are going to install the Tomcat server. Okay sir, now the download is completed. Download is completed. Okay, fine. Now if we show in folder, there we can see that 10.1.11 that we are getting. Let me copy this. I want to keep all my softwares at E drive, E softwares. Then here, what I have to do there, servers. Inside the servers, Tomcat is available. Now here, 10 point versions are only be available. 10.1 version is not available. Now I'm using the 10.1.11. This I'm keeping in my locations here, but all these are I downloaded previously. I want to keep this in this location. In the future, if I want to reinstall it, here itself I'm going to reinstall my software. But 1 minute wait. Already in my system, Tomcat server is available. Already in my system, Tomcat server is available. Let me check it whether Tomcat server is available or not. How to check this one? Just I need to go with what there. Now directly I want to go with what there, control panel. In control panel, go with what there, uninstall program. There here. Now how many versions of Tomcat is available, sir? 2 versions are available. What are the 2 versions there? No, 8.5 as well as what there, 10.0. Both are available. I want to remove both of them. If I require them anything else in the future, then on moment I'm able to install it. But I have a question now. Is it possible to install more than one Tomcat version in a single computer? Just now we have seen it. It's possible to install. Java software also we can install. But versions wise difference must be required. Versions wise difference must be required. One should be Tomcat 8 or 9, other one should be Tomcat 10 or like this. Some difference must be available in the versions now. Okay, in my system no Tomcat is available. And one more small thing I want to do now. Let me go for change. Let me change the settings also. This PC properties, advanced system settings, environment variables. In the user variables part, Maven is okay. Path, what is available here? Which version of the Java is available here? By default, 1.8 is available. I want to remove this. I want to add a newer one. What is that newer one here I want to provide? Say for example, C drive Java, JDK 17 bin. I want to take this 17 version I want to use, somewhat latest version. Okay, fine. For Java's 11 version, 17th version is a stable version. Understand it here? Then that's why people are going to use this. Now here inside this, I want to click on new. I'll provide this C Java JDK -17 bin now. Okay, click on OK button. All right, sir. Anyway, not mandatory, but as a standardization, I'm going to prepare one more environment variable Java home. Not mandatory now, but as a standardization, I'm providing here Java home. I'm preparing. Already available now? Not available. Now, up to JDK only we have to set in Java home, not up to bin. To the path of bin for Java home up to JDK only. Okay, now provide this. It's available. Java home is available. Okay, then after this path is also existed. Everything is okay. Click on OK button. OK button. That's nice. All right, sir. These two settings here I'm doing now. What I have done up to now? Existed Tomcat servers I uninstalled. In my system by default Java 1.8 version is available. That I change it to what version there? No, 17 version. What version of the Tomcat I'm trying to install? What version of the Tomcat I'm trying to install? 10.1 version I'm trying to install. In the installation process, if Tomcat server is taking Java 17 version, it's okay, well and good. If it is not taking, automatically if it is detecting 1.8 version, if it wants to take 1.8 version, I don't have any problem. Let it to take that respective version. But it will auto detect the Java version internally. But my view is what there, I want to use 17 version to the Tomcat. If it is not interested for it, it will take its required version from the respective system. Okay, now let me check this. All right, sir, now it is completed. The remaining part is what there. I have to install my Tomcat server. Before this, one more point, let me check one more time. In C drive, do I have any Tomcat folder here? No. At any location, no, Tomcat folder is not created, not available. Or else any Apache software foundations? No. Any Apache software foundations here? No, we don't have any Apache software foundations. Apache Maven, this is Maven. Maven is also coming from Apache software foundations. It is not like Tomcat. Fine, perfect. In my system, Tomcat is not available. Now I'm trying to install it. Now here, I'm trying to install Apache Tomcat 10.1.11 version clearly. Right, sir. Installation is nothing, very simple. Do you record these steps now? Installation process. Are you record these steps in the document? Some of you are expecting that. Okay, just anyway, as per my responsibility, just 1 minute. Wait for a minute of time. Before install server software, make sure Java software is available or not in our computer. Leave this one. To install Tomcat server, use the following steps. Okay, sir. Now, first one is what there. Download Tomcat 10.1.11 version from the following URL. Right, sir. Anyway, I'm giving some steps to you for the sake of your awareness purpose. Right, it's a matter of 1 minute. All right, sir. Now here, steps here we have to do. Then what we have to do there, double click on. I want to give anyway, if I prepare the document, that will be good thing. A file, and next one is what there. After this, observe carefully. If I double click on it, now click on what there, next button. Click on next button. Next one is, when I click on this next button, now it is asking about another one. Click on like what there, I agree button. No, sir, just for the sake of document only, I'm preparing it. Click on the I agree button. All right, then after this, now observe carefully. One point I'm asking, do you know? Observe carefully. When we click on this I agree button, now it is asking about it what you want to install there in our Tomcat server. By default, what services we are able to get now? Start menu item, documentation, manager we are getting. But the two things are unselected, not deselected. What are the two things which are not selected there? Host manager, examples. Then better to select these two. Better to select these two. What is the advantage of it? In the future I will discuss with these two also will be required, host manager and examples. Okay, now select host manager and examples check boxes. Then after this, after completion of this, now let's say this one, after selecting these two, click on what button here now? Next button. All right, so now click on the next button. When we click on this next button, now here it is required. I think it's visible for everybody. Otherwise, must just come close here if it is not the case. Now observe carefully. Here we need to provide some options. What options here we have to provide there? Observe carefully. Server shutdown port. By default, it has taken what port number? -1. Come here, come front. Okay. Is that okay? Right. Server shutdown port is what there? -1. By default, it has taken. So we have to change it. Okay. Any number, 4-digit number we can give. Is that right or not? 4-digit number here we can give any number. Maximum, better to give some odd number. Got it or not? All right. So now here I want to give like what there? 8769 or something else, whatever it may be. I don't know what is the meaning of that number, but I've given some number there. We can give that number. Okay. Remember this server shutdown port we have to change. By default, it is taking what there? -1. Even though with the -1, if we install it, you will get some problems when we start server. So we have to change the server port number, shutdown port number. -1 is invalid, but by default it is taking like that. Better to change it. What number I have given there? Not required to remember even this. We are not going to use that shutdown port anyway. Leave it. Next one is what there? HTTP 1.1 connector port. This is our required port number. Through this port number only, we are going to connect with the server. Through this port number only, we are going to connect with the server. By default, what port number it has taken? 8080. But 8080 is a common port number for so many softwares. It's a common port number for so many softwares. In the future, if I install any other software which is also be having 8080, there may not possible to. It may not be possible for me to change the port number there. So that's why here itself I want to change the port number from 8080 to some other port number. So remember this, we have to change HTTP 1.1 connector port. Now I want to provide always 1010. Is it my connector port number? Say for example, after installation of this server, if I want to access any application through this Tomcat, I have to prepare the URL http:// localhost : there I have to give 1010. Not 8080. In place of 8080, I'm giving what there? 1010. So that I have to use 1010. Here I'm providing. I need to provide. Okay, fine. Windows service name Tomcat 10. No need to change for it. Create shortcuts for all users, not required. Tomcat administrator login, username and password. For every server, we have to give some administration privileges. So credentials here we have to create. But they are giving in the bracket optional. At present, it is optional. But if you want to start server, if you want to deploy application, if you want to access that, then again it is asking username and password. Okay, instead of creating that username and password later on in the installation process itself, we can create username and password. That's why here I'm going to give username and password here. What is that username and password here? I want to provide there. Durga is a username. Password is also be like what there? Durga. Is it? All of you get my point or not? Username and password I need to provide what there? Durga and Durga. That's it. I give in that. So these are my standard information for me. This information as per my interest only I given. No standardization. We can go with in our own way. Any of your username and password we have to provide, but you should remember them. Okay. Right, sir. Now here, let me provide this overall 4 details here I provided. What are the 4 details I provided here now? All right, now here provide the following details. All right, sir. What details here we have to provide there? Server shutdown port. So what is the server shutdown port here I provided here now? 8769. Just in my as per my classroom information I'm giving that. Then after this, what next one here now? HTTP 1.1 connector port. HTTP 1.1 connector port. Connector port is what there? What I have changed there? 1010. I provided. Next one is what changes here we provided here now? Username and password. Username Durga I given and password I given what there? Durga. Then depending on your requirement, we can go for your one. After completion of this, then what next one here we have to do there? Click on next button. All right, sir. Now here we need to go with what there. Click on next button. Click on the next button. All right, sir. If I click on next button, now observe carefully. By default, it is taking what version of the Java? Java 8 version. JRE 8 it has taken there. Got it or not? Okay, fine. No issues. Even it is giving some information. Please select the path of the Java 11 or later JRE installed in our system. In JDK, JRE directly aligning with the JDK. Only JDK is coming there. We can select even that JDK also. There automatically we are able to get what there JRE. Let me select it. Here dots are available. Click on it. There we have to select our required version. In a C drive, Java is available. By default, it has selected what there JDK, JRE. Now I want to select this JDK. What is going to be happen? I want to check it. What I selected here now? JDK 17 I selected here. Got it or not? Okay, let me use this. Now okay, the point is what there? Select JRE. What I selected here now? JDK 17. Okay, in the case I don't have any problem. If JDK 17 is not working there, definitely on fly I will change the Java version also inside my Tomcat. I'll not get any problem here. That we are able to do now. All right, sir. That JDK 17 I provided. Click on what button here now? Next button here now. Right now, click on the next button. Click on the next button. All right, sir. Then after this, if we click on next button, now it is asking about the installation location. Installation location is your interest. At which location we want to install there, we can install it. But my preferable location is what there directly C colon Tomcat 10.1 directly on C colon Tomcat 10.1 I want to install. Okay, now here provide the installation location like directly what there C colon slash Tomcat 10.1 that location here I provided. After this, after completion of this, click on what button here no install. Now it's going to start. In my system, that installation may be a bit fast, but anyway, then Tomcat is not taking much time here. It's a fraction of seconds. It's able to complete its installation part. Okay, now here not required to select, not required to maintain these two no. Now directly click on what button here no finish button. Click on finish button, or else maybe unselect readme and run Tomcat. Then after this, click on the finish button. Right, sir. Now it is completed. This is overall Tomcat software installation process. Completed. If I click on this finish button, now I want to check it whether my Tomcat server is running properly or not. Whether my Tomcat server is properly provided or not. I want to check it. Now let me go to the location where I installed Tomcat server. Where I installed it now, C drive. Inside the C drive, what folder I have taken there? Tomcat 10.1 folder I have taken. Inside this Tomcat 10 folder now, here we are getting these many. Understand my point clearly? No? Okay, fine. Listen, all of you listen carefully. Go to bin. Inside the bin, Tomcat 10 application is available. Double click on it. Now this is server prompt. Allow access, no problem. Right, sir. Observe carefully. If Java versions are not proper, or if the installation is not proper, then what will happen? This window will not come like this. Just it will blink. It will come and immediately it will close. If you are getting this kind of problem there, that installation is not good, or maybe the installed software is not compatible with your Java versions or with your operating system. The problems we are able to get. In general, I'm telling there. But if it is available like this, no, installation is okay. All right, sir. Now here I want to give some clarity. Screen test I want to take in red. Background I want to take White font also I want to increase. Okay, fine. Right. Now next onwards we are able to get it. Now this is like what there, the Tomcat server here, what we are having. Okay. Now again here I'm telling to you, observe carefully. Okay. Now I started this Tomcat server in this way. I'll go to the browser. In the browser, I want to open like what there, HTTP colon slashes localhost colon. What is my port number here? 1010. Click on it. Now I'm getting Tomcat home page. Tomcat server dashboard or home page or maybe administration console, any name here we can use. Now here we are getting this Tomcat one. What is this Tomcat one? Apache Tomcat 10.1.11. Right, sir. Now these are the services and all we are getting there. Documentations maybe or maybe some information. Okay, whatever it may be. Now I want to go with what there manager app. As a manager only we are going to use admin manager. So click on this manager app. Now it is asking about what there username and password. What username and password I provided there? Durga and Durga. Now this is Durga and again here what we are getting there, no, Durga. Both I provided. Sign in. It's okay. Now it is open. There we are given username and password now. Now it is asking or not. If you have not given there, again for the sake of this we have to modify it in the server configurations. I will talk about that information also. Don't worry. All right, sir. Now we are getting it. All these are default applications inside the Tomcat. Tomcat is giving some type of examples also for us. Click on these examples. There it is giving some examples. What examples it is giving there? All right, sir. Servlet examples, JSP examples, and WebSocket examples. Let me check with servlet examples. In a servlet examples, like so many examples are available. Hello world, request info, request headers, request parameters, cookies, sessions, like some examples. Some other examples also there. Okay, fine. Anyway, just I required what there hello world. Just execute it directly. If we click on it now, directly output here we are getting. Internally program will be executed, output here we are able to get. If we execute this request parameters for example, then it is asking about some first name and last name. So okay, first name and last name, something else here we provided. Click on submit. Now here we are getting the data. Request parameters data, again we are getting this form here. This is Tomcat provided predefined examples. Is that good or not? Alright, sir. These are okay, fine. Here source code is also provided here. Just we can open that source code. There we can see the content clearly. So this is like what there. Servlet examples, then how to open Tomcat and how to execute this Tomcat here. JSP. Inside the JSP, basic arithmetic comparisons. Something else now. Now here we are getting, all right, sir. Hello world, tags information, functions, implicit objects. Click on it. So like this here we are getting some information. Not to think about it. So here we are getting this content here clearly now. Right, sir. Now this is about like what there Apache Tomcat, how to open Apache Tomcat and how to access some predefined examples. After that we understood clearly. Just it is a checking process whether my Tomcat is running successfully or not. That I'm checking now. Now I got clarity. Now it is working successfully. Clear to all of you know? Fine. All right, sir. Leave this one. This is okay. Fine. I want to close this. Now I want to close the server. Here we open the server or not? Just closing the server in the sense what there, just click on close button. Click on close button. Automatically the server will be closed. Again, if you want to open server, again if you want to start server, here Tomcat 10 is there inside the bin folder. Tomcat 10.1 bin. Inside this, Tomcat 10 is available. Double click on it. Now automatically the Tomcat server will start. Now server is started in this milliseconds. If we want to close it, now here we have a close. That means directly close this window. Automatically Tomcat server is going to be closed. Is that clear or not? So successfully we installed a Tomcat server. Successfully we installed what there? Tomcat server. This is a process we have to understand. Okay, fine. Leave this one. Next one is after completion of this, what next one here we have to do in the content. Okay, after installation of the server, just we can understand it. No, now I want to show few more points. Sir, in the installation, I forgot to give server shutdown port number. I forgot to change the server port number from 8080 to some other, but I don't want to use 8080. I want to change the port number. Is it possible to change the server details after installation of the server? If you think about it, yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible. We can change the details after installation of the server software. How it is possible then? Just for the sake of your information, I'm telling you, try to understand it. First of all, go to the location where we installed your Tomcat server. C drive. Inside the C drive, I must go with what there? Tomcat 10.1 location. Inside this location, go with like what there? Configuration. There is a folder, conf folder. What folder is available here? No, conf folder. There we have to take what there? Configuration. Inside the configuration, what is available? Server.xml is available. What is available there? Server.xml. Right click, open in Edit Plus. Okay, open in Edit Plus. There, if we click on Control F, search bar will come. There we can search for 8080. Wherever 8080 is available, we can go there. There we can change the port number. Search for -1, server shutdown port. Wherever -1 is available, there we can change with some other. Is that right or not? But even I don't like to go for the search, I know about this total process here. Now observe carefully. The very first one is what? Server port 8769. This is for what? Shutdown. This I given or not? In the installation process. Now it is available here. No? Okay, fine. Next one is after this. If we go down, now this one, HTTP 1.1 connector port. What is the port I have given there? 1010. Here only we are able to get 8080 if we have not changed the port number there. So here we have to change it. Here we have to change the port number. So now we can change it and we can save it. After changing the port number, we have to save this. All right, so then after this, yeah, these details are sufficient at present. Remaining details are not required. Default host is what there? Local host only. Where is your application actually? In the current system only, local host. All right, sir. Now, local host and app base, where your deployed applications are going to be saved. Inside the server, where applications are going to be saved, where applications are going to be deployed. Web apps is a folder. Now, auto deploy, enabled or not? By default, enabled. What's the meaning of auto deploy? If we create any application under web apps folder, automatically that application is going to be deployed. That is called as what there? Auto deploy. It's already enabled. Okay, remaining things are not required. Now these are the details here we provided. Okay, fine. It's okay, sir. Good. Up to now it's okay. I understood that. I can change my server configuration details by moving on to which location there? C Tomcat 10.1 conf folder. Inside the conf folder, what is available here? No, server.xml is available. Conf folder server.xml is available. There I can search for my required port numbers. There I can change the required port numbers now. Okay, now this is okay. But I have one more question. What about my question now? At the time of installation of my Tomcat server, at the time of installation of the Tomcat server, I have not changed, I have not provided username and password. Or else I have given some username and password. Now I want to change them. Is it possible to change that username and password to my Tomcat server or not? Yes, it is possible even after installation of the Tomcat server. Then how it is possible there? First of all, go to the Tomcat installation location. Tomcat 10.1. Here only I installed it. Double click on it. Inside this, we must go for what there. Now I want to go for like what there? Conf. Again here we have to go with what there? Conf. Inside the conf, tomcat-users.xml is available. What is that XML file there? Tomcat-users.xml file is available. Right click on it and open in Edit Plus. There we can go down. There here we are getting 1 point. What is that 1 point here we are getting there? No, username is Durga, password is Durga, roles are what there? Manager GUI and admin GUI. If we are not giving username and password, no, what will happen there? Here username is double quotation, password is what there? Double quotation, no data. But roles may be anything, whatever the things we are able to get in. Still, even though this tag is not available, no need to think much about it. Here in the comments, user tag is available. we have to copy this and we have to keep this in outside of the comment. There we can provide username and password. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Even the tag is not available in the active mode. In the comments directly that user tag is available. Take that user tag in outside of the comment. There we can provide your username and password. Okay, like this. Here we are getting some content here. So this is a way to change our like what there Tomcat username and password through this particular one. Now tell me what we have to do there. If you want to change the Tomcat for username and password, we have to go to the file. What file here we have to open? See Tomcat 10.1 confirm tomcat-users.xml. Tomcat-users.xml. If you open it, there we can search for Tomcat-users. Then inside this, what we are getting there? User tag. Inside this user tag, username is equal to Durga, password is equal to Durga. That we are getting. Roles may be, remember it, admin GUI and manager GUI. Both must be available. Okay. For deployment of our applications, for accessibility of our application, we require these privileges. So that's why here we have to create them. Username and password are what there? Durga and Durga. That's okay, sir. Now we can leave this one. So this also be completed. Max, these are the two things what people are trying to might be change the content frequently after installation of the Tomcat server. Okay, leave this one. So this is completed. After completion of this, what next one can now tell me? Second step no. My Tomcat server is ready. When my Tomcat server is ready, what next one here we have to do no? Create a web application directory structure is the second step. I have to create my application or not? Everybody understand my point clearly? Okay, fine. I'm giving one point, try to understand it clearly. After the installation of the Tomcat 10.1 server, after the installation of the Tomcat 10.1 server, we have to create application. We have to create application. We have to create our own web application. Our own web application under web apps folder in Tomcat 10.1 folder. Tomcat 10.1 is what there? Tomcat 10.1 is a home folder, home directory of the Tomcat. Home location, home directory of the Tomcat. Under this home directory, we have to provide like what folder here no? Web apps folder here we have to prepare. Okay, right sir. Now observe carefully. Now, I want to show this again in C drive. Inside the C drive, we have to open Tomcat 10.1. Inside this, what folder is available there? Web apps. This folder is exclusively for the sake of our applications. Inside the Tomcat, where we have to keep our applications no? Under web apps folder. Inside this web apps folder only, we are going to keep our application. Name itself is giving clarity. Web apps, web applications. In this location only, we have to keep all of our like what there, the total applications clearly. Sir, got it or not? Fine. Now, I want to show a diagram. Now try to recognize this diagram. No. What exactly the folder structure here we have to create if we want to prepare a web application under Tomcat server. Not only in the case of Tomcat server, in any server, if you want to prepare a particular web application, then definitely we have to use what there? Some directory structure. What directory structure here we have to provide. Now try to recognize this. Now all of you understand it. Just 5 minutes of time. Now try to put concentration here. When I install Tomcat server, automatically a folder is created under my C drive. Just for the sake of our simplicity, I'm going to use the Tomcat 10.1 is created. Yes, sir. Am I right or not? This folder will be created. Under which drive there? C drive. Directly installed under C drive. If you open this Tomcat 10.1, where so many folders are available. What are the various folders are available inside the Tomcat 10.1? For example, here we have to take bin folder. Here we will take what there, what folder can bin. Inside this bin folder, what files are available? .bat files are available, .exe files are available. These .bat files and .exe files are exclusively for the sake of start up the server, shut down the server. That bin folder contains some batch files or maybe exe files. No, they're mainly for what purpose there? To start the server, to shut down the server. That's why here we are getting like what there? Bin folder. Okay, sir. Now, after this bin folder, another one is like what there? Here we are able to have some conf folder. What folder is existed here? No, conf folder. This conf folder contains mainly .xml files. These .xml files are like what there? Server.xml, tomcat-users.xml. They are providing some server configuration details and providing user credentials information. So server details, if you want to get some details about our server there, some configuration details of our server, there we must go for conf folder where XML files are existed. Next one, apart from this. Now in the same Tomcat server, here we are able to have lib folder. That next one is like what there? Lib folder. Inside the lib folder, we are able to have .jar files, libraries now. Some third-party libraries are used by Tomcat server. What libraries are required by the Tomcat server? All the libraries are provided inside like which folder there? No, lib folder. Is it? All of you get my point or not? So lib folder in the sense what there? Libraries. So Tomcat server required some third-party libraries. All the third-party libraries are provided inside like what there? Lib folder. It's okay, fine. Then after completion of this lib folder, another folder here we are getting there. This folder is like what there? Work folder. This folder is what there? Work folder. It is able to manage peer applications. Peer applications. What's the meaning of this peer applications? No, duplicate applications. For example, if I keep any application under web apps folder, its duplicate will be created under work folder. Inside this duplicate application only, actual work is going to be happen. Yes, sir. All of you get my point on one best example I'm telling there. If I use a JSP base in my web application, when I access that JSP base, internally JSP base must be converted to a servlet.java file, servlet.class file, then servlet execution. But I have written only JSP base. But server has to convert that JSP base to the servlet class file, servlet.class file, servlet.java file. But where this internal work is going on, where the converted .java.class files are generated, that converted .java.class files are generated under this work folder. For our application, for example, if I prepare my application with the name app01, under work folder, duplicate application app01 will be created. Same as it is that resources in my application, same resources are available where internal work is going to be happen over that particular application. Because of that reason only, we have like what there? Work folder. After this work folder, one more folder is going to be available. Now that folder is nothing but like what there? Logs folder. Right, sir? What is this folder? Here, no? Logs folder. Inside this logs folder, .txt files maybe .log files are going to be generated. What is the purpose of this logs folder there? Logs files now. It is able to manage server logs. At what time server is started, at what time server is shut down, at what time application is deployed, at what time application is undeployed. Related to this server, every event is going to be noted. That every event noted information is available inside like what there? Logs folder. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? All right, sir. Now bin, conf, lib, work, log. Then one more folder is available. So another folder is like what there? Temp folder. Temp folder is also be created, is also be existed here. Now this temp folder is able to manage some temporary files. They are going to be available at the time of startup of the application. They are going to be removed at the end of the application. That means when we shut down the server or when we terminate the application, then automatically they are going to be removed. temporarily some files are going to be stored. Got it or not? Right, sir. Now, then after this, temporary files, it may be anything, any file here we can understand. I think so, max, these are the folders here we can understand. But along with all these things, one more folder here we are able to have. That folder is our required folder. That required folder is what here we can understand web apps folder. The required folder is like what there? Web apps folder. The required folder is what there? Web apps folder. That's it, sir. Now this is the clear-cut information here we have to understand. Let me show that in a live now. Tomcat 10.1 I opened. Bin folder, I explained that. Con folder, lib, logs, temp, web apps, work. All folders are available or not? Remaining things are what there? Uninstalled Tomcat server. Right, so Tomcat server might be some icon. This is application uninstallation of the Tomcat server. That's enough. Now these are the folder structure when we open Tomcat 10.1. Clear. Then after this, now see this one. Inside the web apps folder, we have to create our applications. Inside the web apps folder, what we have to create there? Our application here we have to create. Now, with respect to my application, with respect to my requirement, I want to create a separate application. Now, this is exactly what there, my application. This is like what there, my application. Now, this folder is treated as my application folder. So I want to call it as like what there, application folder, application folder. The same thing, in other words, we can call it as like what there, context root. In other words, we may call it as what there, it's a context root. Application folder or what next one? No, context root that we are able to get. Right, sir. I have a question now. What is the purpose to install Tomcat server? So I'm discussing this entire content without knowing the purpose now. Okay, anyway, I'm giving to you. Already given that server responsibilities and server, what is server, all the details no. Server is for what purpose there? To deploy the application or to hold the application or to serve the client request. After that, responsibilities of the server in web applications to catch the request from client, to identify the requested resource, to execute the requested resource, to get dynamic response, to dispatch the dynamic response to the respective client. Okay. After that, if install server software, two things are available: main server and what next one here? No, container. What is the difference between server and container? I given. After that, how many types of containers are available? Already I given that. After that, like what there? Like so many concepts we are discussed here. Okay, fine. Anyway, then after this, these are the purposes of taking the server. This is the purpose of installing the server. Just server, client server architecture in the sense, server side applications if we want to manage, we must require server. Without server, we are not at all imagining server side application. Understand my point now? So, if you want to prepare a Java program, if you want to run Java program, Java software is required. Am I right or not? Similarly, if you want to execute web application, one server is required. So that server here we install. Okay. Right, sir. It's okay. Can I take the remaining important tomorrow? Totally blocked today. Okay, now just I want to save this diagram there. Tomorrow we have to use the same diagram. There, the diagram is not completed. Tomorrow I will give the diagram here. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Then this video will come there. Don't worry. Yeah, the remaining total part I will discuss with you tomorrow. Don't worry, guys. Very soon these links are going to be changed, guys. Then try to register for the course if you are not yet registered there. So then within 1 or 2 days, the links are going to be changed. Private links are coming there. Try to check the possibility. Thank you. Thanks a lot.